Imagine a committed community of people, all working together without obligation and with the sole intent of evolving its story over time. I find myself lost in these videos where people play out these organic scenes that I would have sworn were organized scripted events. Even though participating in these communities comes with some hefty prerequisites, I decided to try my hand at the experience. People diving into their characters and abiding by a strict set of guidelines always seem like too high of a barrier of entry to me, though. Aside from learning all the rules, they use modded games to help create a world that serves as a blank page for their stories. And, well, my gaming ability is below average. That's where I saw my opportunity in RedDead RP. These servers are dedicated to upholding an old Western way of life. Additions to the game allow you to envelop the role of anything from a rancher to a doctor. Players fill these roles wholeheartedly to create a new story of their own. Now, I'm not trying to imply my acting skills are anything to brag about. I just feel I have a better opportunity to talk my way out of a situation than shoot my way out. After a few hours and many attempts to join the server, I became frustrated with the error messages and excessive queue times of over 2 hours. I decided to take a break for the night, when conveniently a YouTube video appeared on my home screen. This was a video advertising Gilded Rp, a safe haven for queue times and a place to foster strong storytelling. After watching the video, I was sold and rushed over to my launcher and attempted to log in. And success. I got to work crafting my character, Luke Matthews. Now, I mentioned how critical the storytelling is to these servers, and with that, I worked hard. I formed a story for Mook Matthews. I crafted a backstory to kind of help explain my ineptitude playing this game. If you want a full backstory on Mook, I will leave a short recording of that at the end of the video, so you can check that out to kind of get a full understanding of his motivations and reasons for the way he does things. With that being said, we're going to jump right into the game, but for some quick context, I'm about 5 minutes into this world. I cut out some of the setting changes and the fumbling around with the controls, but this is right after I run up to the stables and then quickly realize I don't know how to get my horse out. So I am trying to run into town to find some help when I run upon this stranger here.
Ooh. You right?
I'm okay. Hey, I'm actually looking for some help.
Oh, really? Just like everybody else, right?
Just like everybody else.
Lay it on me.
I seem to be struggling with the stables up here. I'm not able to retrieve my horse.
Well, what's the problem?
Did you by chance know someone that was a horse trainer that could help me out up here?
Well, I'm not sure if a horse trainer is going to help you out with this problem.
Oh, he knows damn well that a horse trainer can't help me with my horse. Because this is where we go to summon our horse, which I unfortunately do not find out until much later.
But why didn't you... What were you doing? Like, did you see me coming or something? Like, you don't look at the road and see if it's clear or what?
No, my mind is a little bit in the clouds. I was really focused on this horse thing, and I was a little upset about it. I apologize.
Right.
I just was running into the wind.
That's all right. I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to understand, like, what's going on with this guy. It almost looked as if you were fleeing from something.
Huh? No, I just was up here at the stables.
All right. Is there any stables nearby anyway? Oh, wait a minute. We're next to Strawberry, isn't it? Yeah. So what kind of horse you got?
It was a Bay Morgan. And I'm trying, I put a blanket on her here, but she doesn't seem to want to come out of the stable, so I'm not too sure how to get her out of here.
Well, you might have to, you could try and blinking.
I did buy and put a blanket on her.
Right. I don't know what happened, but it might be just me, but every time I drink something, it's like it doesn't quench my thirst. You know anything about that?
I do not. I'm pretty new to this land, So I'm a little unfamiliar with how the drinks, what the most thirst quenching drink there is.
Right. That's a nice pouch, by the way.
Thank you. It was my dad's.
Oh, you let it borrow you? You let you borrow it?
Inheritance, unfortunately.
Sorry about that. It's nature.
I'm gonna head into town for a little bit, so I appreciate you
Yeah.
stopping, making sure I was okay.
Right. Hop on.
Thank you. So, you know how everybody kind of fascinates what would happen to them if they lived through an apocalypse and they got to experience that? Like, if they would make it, if they wouldn't. Well, this moment right here solidified for me that I would not make it. Well, 5 minutes into this server, and this man just comes along, makes me his girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with it. Did you hear that? Thank you. I am genuinely grateful. Joking aside, this next sequence of events is probably one of the coolest moments in gaming that I've had since probably the first time I played an online game.
What's your name?
I go by Mook Matthews.
All right. Mook Matthews. Do you think that will be worth remembering?
I hope so. I came to this land with the intention of telling people stories.
Oh. What kind of stories?
Whatever story they have to tell.
What kind of stories you got to tell?
Guess we have yet to be seen then, huh?
All right. Well, I'm down to listen to some stories, you know?
Well, when
Sounds
I figure out what mine is, you'll be the first one I tell. And that would be true if at any point I demonstrated any sense of social conduct and actually asked for the gentleman's name after he repeatedly checked back in with me on mine.
Right.
Thank you for the ride.
Yeah. What was it again, Matthews?
Mook Matthews.
All right. See you later, Mook.
See you later. After an extremely awkward goodbye to the first person I meet in this server, I walk off into the sunset and realize exactly how out of my depth I actually am. Don't forget, this video ends with the backstory to Mook Matthews. Mook Matthews was originally born just outside of a small town called Strawberry. His mother, a horse trainer, and his father, a storyteller. His mother was kind, someone who didn't so much as train horses as much as just bonded with them. Her gentle nature, inspiring trust. As capable as his mother was, his father was a clumsy storyteller who could trip over his own 2 feet. This didn't stop his father from sharing stories he accumulated from travelers. His friendly demeanor always seemed to open people up and inspire trust as well, just in a different way. He recited tales of prosperity and good wealth in a faraway land. He spoke of these grandiose places and captivated the townsfolk of Strawberry. One day, tragedy struck. His mother was out in the trail when attacked. With a bloody mane and saddle, her horse is seen cantering back to the stables, and his clumsy father stood rigid on the porch. After forming a hunting party and getting their revenge on the animal, Mook's father took him in search of this faraway land. Leaving tragedy behind, they set out on a search for their new home. After many years of struggle and poverty, Mook's father dies of old age and illness. Mook returns to his home of Strawberry and wants to honor his mother by building a ranch in her name.